ASUS have finally done it, and it is almost perfect. Oh. Massive asterisk mind.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Okay, the OLED Xbox Ally X is here, the X20, and that's more X's than you should ever put inside a device's name.
Yeah.
This has got more X's than you, Andy.
Yeah, I know, right? Do you have to say Xbox Ally X 20 times? Because it's times 20.
Oh, times
so
20.
It's Xbox Ally X, Xbox
no, you
Ally
get
X,
20. That's why it's an upgrade.
That's why it's so expensive.
That's why it's so expensive.
Ah, it makes sense now.
Okay, so all of the normal order of things in the handheld world has been thrown up in the air because MSI are releasing devices. We've got the Intel processor, and now finally an OLED Ally,
Woo!
Which everyone was asking for from like literally this time last year. It's been a long time coming. So firstly, we want to share our excitement about that. And then let's talk about some of the reasons why this might not be the perfect upgrade that we've all been waiting for. Because it is almost perfect.
They were so close. Like, so close. But we'll get to that. We will get to that.
And I want to say from the off, we're pinning this as the Legion Go 2 killer.
Yeah, well, there's potential there for it to be the Legion Go 2 killer. Absolutely.
I guess it makes most sense to start from the beginning of this journey and talk about what they've actually changed in this upgrade.
Yes, and just quickly, before we go into that, if anyone's aware of the original OG Ally and then the Ally X upgrade,
yes,
this is that sort of minor incremental, like the Xbox Ally X versus the X20. This is basically like the definitive edition. This is the one it should have launched as.
Yes. This is ASUS admitting that they should have launched it with this, which is what they did with the Ally X as well.
Yeah.
It's listening to feedback and it's tweaking things. Obviously, there's the OLED, but we'll get to that.
Yes.
They've changed, there's like the physical appearance of it. It's now got this kind of translucent design, which I like the translucent part.
Yes.
I always like translucent stuff.
I was just about to say that. I love the early 2000s is where I live in my head. I'm just stuck there. So like those original transparent Xboxes, I mean, even N64s and stuff like that. Like I love all that. There's one little tiny detail, which I think is my favorite change of this whole thing aesthetically.
Okay.
Is the green LED Xbox logo button. Thank you. This is literally what I wanted from day one. Give me a little green LED in there to say, like, Xbox.
It was such an open goal for them to do from the start. I don't know why they didn't bother.
I know, yeah.
And obviously this has been pinned as like their anniversary edition, the 20th anniversary of the R.O.G line.
Yes.
And so it's got these kind of gold accents to celebrate.
Yes.
In my head, I'm kind of thinking of it like it's like you get Founders Editions on graphics cards and stuff. It's that kind of thing.
I'm seeing this as a collector's edition kind of thing. And I mean, on the back, there's literally a gold plate that says like anniversary, 20th anniversary. So I wonder if it's real gold and if you could pry that off and then sell it to recoup some of the cost.
It'd still be worth more or less than what the device is worth. And I think that's where we have to enter this whole conversation with a little bit of caution, is that this is an anniversary edition of sorts, and I think they're pinning everything on that's how they're justifying everything.
Yes, yeah, and we've got some thoughts on that we'll share later for sure.
Yeah, new rubber grips on the back of the controller horns.
I actually kind of like this, yeah. So the translucent, I cannot say that, translucent shell, the transparent shell, they've had to go for a thicker type of plastic because obviously it's transparent, it needs to be like rugged. There is always an issue with translucent shells cracking around screw points, so hopefully, fingers crossed, they've sorted that, because again, this is going to be very expensive, and if your device starts cracking around areas, no one's going to be happy about that. So I'm hoping they've sorted that. I'm sure they have. But those new rubber grips, I actually like the idea of that, because the current Xbox Ally X is just plastic, and whilst I don't really have an issue with like seriously sweaty hands, I know plenty of people that do, and I think this is going to get around that.
Sorry, no, I was going to say there's also a psychological thing with ergonomics as well.
Yes.
I think especially a lot of people that aren't used to handhelds, when they're getting like an expensive PC handheld, they're aware of the weight and the cost. They probably grip a little bit tighter. So psychologically, if you've got a rubber grip on the back, it feels a bit more assured.
Yes, and one thing is I find myself doing with the Xbox Ally X, which I really like, is one-handed holding it. Like if I'm going to grab a cup of tea, or I don't drink tea, but I always say that because I'm English. So if I'm going to have a drink or like just get up to answer the door, I will often pick it up with one hand and just hold it. And that extra rubber grip there is going to give me like peace of mind, like, oh, it's going to stay in my hand. I have one concern of, have they used rubber that is going to not be sticky? Exactly, because sticky rubber stuff, it's disgusting. I hate it. I've got microphones in the studio and stuff where they're like buttons are literally like as if I've had like a sweet and replaced the button with that someone's licked every day for 10 years. Like it's disgusting. And I hate it. Like
it's a real thing.
It's a real thing. So I hope that they've got around that.
I wouldn't hold your breath.
Yes.
I wouldn't hold your breath. I think if you have this for years, and probably alongside the translucent plastic thing, and like you said, it's always got historically a cracking issue. I think it kind of gives a nod to how long they expect people to have this device for.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think they're thinking you'll have this for 5 years.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, it could last that. I mean, look at Steam Deck's 4 years old and people are still hanging on with there.
Very true.
This could well, do that sort of time frame.
Sorry,
I was going to just say, I think what you were going for, my biggest, one of my favorite things that they've changed here. There's actually quite a lot that I'm really happy about here. Face buttons.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to go with. Yeah,
because the Legion Go 2 currently is my king for face buttons. The feel of those are perfect. And unfortunately, the Xbox Ally X, they're rattly. Yeah. And they're just not very nice. Like, it's not my favorite. So seeing a redesign there, I'm actually super, super happy.
Yeah, they've also done the bumpers and the triggers as well. I know there was a lot of people that had problems specifically with the bumpers before I saw that, but for me, they never jumped out as being a problem.
No, it's always been fine for me, if I'm honest.
The coolest redesign on the kind of inputs front is the D-pad.
Yeah,
I think they've that 4 to 8 way swivel thing. I think is really clever.
I like the look of that. It looks rugged. It's very clever design. Like you have to pinch it and pull it and twist it, which may have some sort of mechanical failure over time.
Possibly.
But I do like the look of that. For fighting game enthusiasts, you just whoop, and then there you go.
Yeah, I'm not one to typically change my D-pad that much. When I'll get something like a Games Here controller and it will have like options to change the D-pad from domed to 4-way, 8-way, all that. I typically pick the one I like the most and just keep it.
Same, yeah.
But if I was the kind of person that did change it, I often think, what do I do with these spare D-pad tops? Like, where do I put them so I can get hold of them?
Yeah, it's frustrating, isn't it? So I much prefer this sort of like modular design where you don't have to replace it. Like if this was one of those where you pulled it off and swapped it, I would dislike that.
Yeah, same.
This is much nicer that you can just swivel it per game. I would probably end up leaving it in the 4-way mode just because that's what I prefer. But it might be cool. The one thing they've changed the actual inputs as well, so it shouldn't be as sort of like mushy as the previous one. It seems like it might be clicky. I'm not too sure, but yeah, I'm happy with that because that was a bit of a letdown for me on the current Xbox Ally X was the D-pad.
Huge one, which I didn't see enough people shouting about.
Yes.
TMR sticks.
It's got TMR joysticks, and I wonder if they're in collaboration with GuliKit.
GuliKit.
Yeah.
When we went to Gamescom last year and we spoke to GuliKit there, they said that they were working directly with ASUS about upcoming devices because, for those who don't know, GuliKit had probably the best modular drop-in design for like TMR replacement for these devices.
Yeah, and Hall effect, yeah.
Yeah, and I wonder if they have been working with it. GuliKit would probably be shouting about it, but
I don't know. It might be just that they are like signed a contract to like supply all of them, so they've just gone, you know what, like just put it through. I imagine it would be because they were the ones that did the Hall effect upgrade for the Ally X.
Yes,
and they were in collaboration with ASUS, and they actually had all the calibration set up within Armory Crate, so there was no manual like modes like the handheld DIY ones or anything like that. It was just like straight through the software ticked off. So I imagine this is GuliKit, but either way, TMR is so much more of a jump from the potentiometer sticks that are there. TMR, for those that you don't know, is above Hall effect. So Hall effect, we know, minimizes drift massively because you're using magnets. There's no friction points. TMR's the next jump up again, where the resolution is huge. So the accuracy is massive. You got like 3% dead zones and stuff like that. But it's also something like 70% lower power consumption.
Yeah, it's a
which
huge one.
is massive. I absolutely love TMR joysticks. So seeing this is wicked. And one thing I saw one of the creators talking about, I think it was Russ, was the fact that they've actually mimicked an Xbox input. So it's not like a circular outer dead zone. This is getting really nerdy into joysticks now. It's not a circular outer dead zone. It's actually almost like a mix between a raw input and a circular dead zone. So instead of it being a complete raw square, it's still circular, but it comes out like almost like a square, but with rounded corners.
So like FPS enthusiasts are going to really like that.
Yeah, it means that your diagonal reach is much more accurate.
Yeah.
And I prefer that kind of input myself.
Yeah. Most real enthusiasts, if they can, will go and switch off that circular dead zone.
Yes.
You do it a lot in your control when you did controller videos.
Mm-hmm.
RGB lights that can mimic the sound direction.
Yeah, this is interesting. It's not currently available from what people have shown, but it looks like it's on its way. So currently, I think it's just like set RGB LED like lights like that just turn on and can swivel and whatever. This can actually like follow your joystick around, but this mode will be actually really good for those that may be deaf or you know, anything like that, where if you're playing Call of Duty, let's say, and someone's shooting from like, I don't know, southeast or something, it could show you that on the joystick LED ring to say, hey, there's something coming from that side or whatever. I think it's actually kind of cool.
It's kind of cool.
It's kind of cool.
The accessibility, and also for those of you that are like playing on the sofa in silence or you know, with people around you, it could be cool. Micro SD express slot,
huge.
That's absolutely, I agree, huge,
monumentally huge, because this now completely removes the necessity to open the device up and swap a drive out. We get so many people, like AJ said in the last video about the MSI device yesterday, saying people contact us daily almost, being like, can I send you my device and you swap the drive out for me? Because a lot of people just aren't that technically minded or whatever, or scared of bricking their devices. MicroSD Express, which the Nintendo Switch 2 has, is insanely fast. Like, you would be absolutely fine dropping one of them in and just expanding it. The problem is the price. It's very, very expensive, but so is all storage right now.
Micro SD express cards are very, very expensive, you're right. But more than quick enough to run games from. Absolutely. And I would say anyone who's going to throw up the checkered history with ASUS and their micro SD slot from way back, it was a long time ago that they sorted it, and I can't imagine they would ever let that problem arise again.
Yeah, absolutely.
The library button changing to action button.
Thank you. Yes. Well done.
Assignable being used for push to talk. It was kind of pointless before.
I mean, I want to say
it just opened up just one section of what the other button would open up anyway.
Yes. Now, for me as a content creator, for us, I actually ended up liking it just because testing games, instead of having to press like Xbox button, go back to the app, go down to library, I can see where their head was. Like, if you're someone that's swapping games, like the thing is for most people, this was pointless.
You're not swapping games that often.
When are you doing that? Yeah, exactly. For me, when I'm like, okay, let's benchmark a load of stuff, or like, I want to test this game and check whatever, it was actually handy. However, like, if this is now an action button, as they say, and it's assignable, fingers crossed, then you could still program it to be a library button, or you could program it to be anything else. I would like that. So you could have that be AMD software. So you press that and up it comes. Like, you could do anything. You could have it be a Discord button, or like whatever it might be. Currently set to push to talk. It's cool. I like that it's assignable. Previously being locked to library only was kind of pointless.
Because let's face it, people aren't changing. When you're picking up a handheld device to play, you're not like smashing through like 5 different titles in one play session.
No, you're choosing a game and you're playing.
You're choosing a game and playing it. So the library button is over the top. It was obviously designed inside a lab where people are like smashing through games a lot, like changing titles.
Yeah.
And then it makes loads of sense.
Yeah. Yeah,
but
exactly.
if you love that, if you're like Andy and in that tiny minority, just assign it as the library button.
Yes. Yeah.
I hope that is possible. They've redesigned the cooling as well, because obviously with that OLED, which we'll talk about in a second, that does generate a heat issue.
Yeah.
So they've redesigned the cooling to account for that as well.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Which is really cool. I mean, that's how they're going to also be able to put that microSD Express card in there.
Yes.
So they've completely changed the PCB up so that they're like, oh, okay, we can actually put microSD Express, because obviously that's going to generate a lot of heat versus just a standard old school microSD. So yeah, no, it's really cool that they've changed the cooling system entirely and the board itself.
Yeah, but the headline grabber obviously is the screen, and
oh yes,
I just want to write Andy's note here, and I'm not going to take responsibility for this. The best screen we've ever seen in a handheld.
Yeah,
just not the fastest.
There you go. Yeah, so this is a tiny caveat there, but absolutely, this is the best OLED screen that we've seen in a handheld. I'm not talking about size or anything like that. We're talking just the actual specifications of this screen is literally the number one. This outdoes the Legion Go 2's screen, but just not by the top end refresh.
But that top end refresh rate in the Legion Go 2, am I right? Is it 144 hertz?
Yes.
Am I right remembering? At what point do you hit those numbers to take advantage of that extra headroom? Or the divisible?
Yeah, I mean, it really depends on what type of games you play. If you're playing 2D platformery kind of stuff, you absolutely can hit it. And with the likes of like lossless scaling, AFMF, any sort of frame generation, if you set up correctly, then you absolutely can hit that. I'm pretty sure with Pragmata, I was able to max out the refresh panel on Legion Go 2 at 144 FPS. So it is a thing. And that's the only thing. I don't want to nitpick this screen ASUS have chosen, because honestly, it is almost perfect.
Yeah.
But if it just was 144 hertz, then that would have been like, okay, there's nothing you can complain about here.
What's beautiful with this is that this feels like the part where they've really listened to the complaints that the community had, which is what they've done. As you said right at the start, the Ally to Ally X upgrade was listening to the complaints of the community. This screen feels like they've actually addressed that almost perfectly. I say that there is still I would like it to be a tiny bit bigger.
Yes.
Or at least the bezels to be a bit smaller and they go 1610.
Oh, no, 1610 would have been like chef's kiss here.
And I prefer the aesthetic of 16:9 when I look at the device, but whenever I do actually like use your Legion Go 2, for example, that's 16:10, I also do appreciate that added real estate that you do get.
Yes, and especially with more game developers sort of going back and re-supporting 16:10 now, like 007, we did a Will It Run on the channel. I was really surprised that had 16:10, stuff like Pragmata, like more games are now like coming back to supporting 16:10, because for a long time it was unsupported, so you just get black bars. And I mean, that's one benefit here, is you'll never have to suffer black bars.
True.
Every game supports 16:9.
No, they're baked into the device.
Oh yeah, with the bezels.
The bezels.
Yeah.
Because the bezels, the top bezel is a lot smaller. It's like half the size. Or 60% smaller. The bottom bezel is still there, so it does still have a feeling like it's got a bit of a chin on it still.
That could have supported 16:10, surely, if they just removed the bezels entirely.
So that is a disappointment. It's overall 7.4 inches, which is good. It's an improvement. I think everyone would have loved to have seen 8 inches in this.
8 inches would have been amazing, but again, they would have had to have redesigned everything.
Yeah.
Like the entire device would have changed, and if they wanted to keep that form factor, it would have looked exactly like the MSI Claw EX AI Plus, the new one, where it juts out the bottom. So I get it. I mean, 7.4, that's what the Steam Deck OLED is, I'm pretty certain. But obviously the Steam Deck is 16:10, so you've actually still got more space there. So I'm with you. I think 8 inch would have been perfect. 7.4 is better than we got now, and it keeps the thing the same sort of footprint, which I like. But yeah, it would have been nice to just crank it up a tiny little bit more.
Yeah. I'm happy that it's bigger, and I'm happy that they wouldn't have done it if it involved a redesign, so I understand. FreeSync Premium Pro, so the VRR window, 30 hertz to 120 hertz.
Yes, finally.
I mean, this is pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Then the next one that I had to reread like 4 times because I don't quite understand it. 1400 nits peak brightness.
Yes. Yeah. And if you look at my my notes,
holy retina burn. You're going to need sunglasses for that.
Oh, that's lucky because they're selling it with sunglasses, which we'll talk about later.
I'm not even ready for that.
Yeah, that's why they're giving you those glasses, because the screen's just too bright to play by itself. But yeah, 1400 nits peak brightness. The actual panel is only 600 nits SDR.
Yeah.
That's still quite a jump. I mean, it's what, like 20% brighter than what it currently is in SDR, but 1400 nits is incredible. The Legion Go 2 is 1100 nits, and that is amazing.
Yeah.
You know, so 1400 nits is insane, but that VRR window now starting from 30 hertz cannot be understated.
It's huge.
It's massive. So previously it was 48 to 120 hertz for VRR, and then under 48 hertz was low frame rate compensation, where it like doubles the frames, tricks it into thinking it's still VRR, right? But it's not the same. This has now got what the Legion Go 2 has, where it starts at 30 hertz, which is brilliant because loads of modern titles, and especially as it ages, more titles are going to end up dropping down towards that 30 FPS, but you're still going to get full VRR capability, which is very, very good.
Now, with the VRR thing, we were obviously defensive of the Xbox Allies not having an OLED because of VRR flicker with OLED panels.
Yes.
They must have solved it.
Yeah.
We assumed that the Lenovo devices solved it by just kind of brute forcing their way through it with, just that added RAM that it has. It's not clear what ASUS have done with this panel in order to get around it, but considering how vocal they were about VRR flicker, there is no way that they would release this if it did suffer from it.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm totally with you. So they were adamant that like VRR is more important, and that's why they never released an OLED previously, and obviously price, as well. But yeah, so they stuck to their guns. That's why literally all of the previous Allies have the same screen. The OG Ally Z1 and Z1 Extreme, the Ally X, the Xbox Ally X, they all literally have the same screen identically. This is the first time they're changing it. OLED VRR, I don't think it's going to have VRR flicker because they are, like you said, they are very aware. Lenovo, we assumed, were just going to say, if it flickers, it flickers. But somehow they fixed it. There is no VRR flicker. I've never experienced it on my Legion Go 2, and I'm over the moon by that. So if I'm 99% like certain they would have not released it if it flickered. If this does not flicker, which I'm sure it won't, this is brilliant. And for those of you that don't know, VRR flicker is just in dark areas. Like VRR will cause flickering of gamma flickering, where the variable refresh rate jump between the average frame rate and the 1% lows is too great, and it causes a gamma flicker, and it's horrible. And there's no fix for it.
Yeah.
So, well, there is, but only by disabling it and setting a frame cap. But whatever. So they will have fixed this, and that's a huge point.
R.O.G Nebula HDI Visa Display HDR 1000
certified, 1000 HDR. Yeah, lovely.
Dolby Vision support.
Perfect.
0.2 millisecond response time.
Brilliant.
The anti-reflective AR coated glass.
Now this is weird because everyone's talking like this hasn't been a thing before, but all of the previous Allies have got AR coated Gorilla Glass.
Well, I'm glad you put that because I was scratching my head going, this isn't new, is it? Because I remember this being talked about.
Yeah, and unless it's a V2. So, like, literally, I've got the original Allies literally just over my shoulder and the Xbox Allies behind me, and they all have the same anti-reflective coating. You put that against the Legion Go 2 naked screen with no screen protector on. The Legion Go 2 is just like a mirror. Literal mirror, whereas the Xbox Allies are great. Unfortunately for me, I have to put a screen protector on because I'm just too worried about scratching the screen. But the actual like naked Ally screens, that AR is so good that I hunted down an AR screen protector for my Legion Go 2, which now pretty much is 1-for-1. And AR is amazing. So if you could deal with the naked screen and risk scratching it, even though it's Gorilla Glass, this is going to be great. But it might be a V2. This might be even better AR than the previous.
The one that again needs to be talked about is that it won't have PWM flickering.
This is incredible. I'm so glad they put this, and I find it weird that they didn't shout this out. This was only seen in the press release. Nowhere else online do they say this.
And I saw in our it was either in our podcast or it was some of the comments somewhere anyway, where people were talking about wait until you get the PWM flickering on it. It's going to make me feel I can't use OLEDs because of this.
Lots of people are very sensitive, yeah.
Yeah, and it is absolutely thing. So TUV eye comfort is what they're calling it.
Yeah. So it's like a German standard testing procedure that tests like blue light and flickering and all those kind of like eye strainy things. And this is certified, basically, that it's fine and it won't adjust any color representation or anything in the process.
That's a big one as well, yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very
colour
good.
it.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so that's all the really exciting things.
Super fun stuff, yes.
Super fun stuff. And let's balance this because there is some major caveats with this release.
I don't want to. Why couldn't we just stop here? Why couldn't we be like, and the price is really affordable. Yeah. We're all going to have a happy life playing our lovely OLED screens.
It's got the OLED everyone wanted. Yeah. It's slightly bigger. Oh, great.
Oh, yay.
Oh, that sounds perfect. Okay, take my money. No, they don't want you to take their money because... reasons. Right, I'm going to start off with the small stuff. It's slightly heavier, 41 grams.
Yeah, buying it. It doesn't bother me.
I don't think people would probably notice a 40-gram difference. It's not much. This isn't an update. So if you've got... It isn't the update you think it is.
Yeah.
It is just what the Xbox Ally X really should have been at launch. It's that mid-cycle refresh. This isn't going to give you any more performance.
Nope.
If you have an Ally X, if you've just gone out and bought an Xbox Ally X, for example, and you're having a good time with it and the screen doesn't bother you, which it probably won't unless you look at an OLED.
Exactly.
Because it's a very good IPS screen.
If you've got it and you've got no reference point to anything else,
don't
Xbox
ever
Ally
look at
X
this.
is fine. Never see one of these in person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I don't think this should be a reason to be worried about, I've just bought it and now I need to upgrade again.
Don't.
I don't think you need to
Stick
worry.
with what you've got. Wait for an actual generational leap.
Yeah, because it is the same Z2E AI that we've seen in the last devices, which it's arguable that it could be considered as outdated already.
Yeah, I mean,
because of the Intel release.
Intel R.O.G V3 Extreme here. I mean, I don't like comparing it to Strix Halo because that's just a laptop chip.
Yeah.
But with Intel's R.O.G V3 Extreme specifically being specifically designed for handheld, that is now the top dog. And AMD are not going to upgrade to past RDNA like 3.5 and go up to like Z3 Extreme or whatever they call it next, the next chip, until potentially another 2 years yet. It might be 12 to 18 months, but I reckon probably 2 years because they've said before that it's going to be running until like 2029. But who knows what they're going to do. So technically this is now outdated with the likes, if you can believe Intel's marketing claims of 42% more performance.
Same performance at half the wattage.
But it does have machine learned upscaling, which you could argue the Z2 Extreme AI does, but it doesn't. Because whilst it's got an MPU, ASR is not the equivalent of XeSS 3 by any means.
And that's the only thing we're seeing performance-wise, the MPU tops to be used for so far.
Yeah.
There is potential that they work that out. That maybe they can utilize it for like some kind of mid-cycle upgrade. But yeah, until we get actual hands-on with the G3E and they're actually out in the wild and we see what like driver compliance is like with games and all the rest of it, you can't say for certain that it's outdated. But from the initial release and Intel's marketing gumph, they want you to believe it is.
Yes.
I'm going to absolutely put a pin in that and say, let's everyone calm down. We'll come back to it once we see these things.
Yes. Well, I'm very, very excited by it.
Yeah.
and depending on price point, of course. But again, it is marketing claims, and all companies love to scream and shout how good their thing is until it gets in people's hands, and then you find out, oh, okay, they were lying.
Right. Okay. The big problem.
I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about this. Why does it's that old saying, isn't it, that each and every action has an opposite reaction, and this
Newton,
is it. Yeah. So they've created the best screened, the perfect Xbox Ally X, quite literally, the perfect one. And then at the exact same time, they had to do something so ridiculous to offset that.
Right, okay. It is a bundle-only deal with the X-Real R1 R.O.G AR glasses. XR glasses, I guess they technically are, aren't they? Why would you release something with a perfect display and then bundle it with something that means you don't use the display?
Yes, forcing you to buy this extra thing, which means that the display is now redundant. What?
It makes zero sense. Both of those products can live separately. They could have the anniversary edition of these glasses, the anniversary edition of the Ally.
Yes.
They don't have to be bundled together because they don't have to live together. Not everyone that plays handheld uses XR glasses.
Exactly. So we're taking a niche product, which is a handheld, right?
Yes.
Handheld gaming is super niche.
Yep.
Especially at what these price points are currently. So super niche. You know what we'll do? Let's make it even more niche by throwing in AR glasses, which is the most niche tech thing ever.
Yeah.
And forcing you to buy it together. Why?
It feels, as you've put on the note there, it's like sales suicide. You've gone from something that was a genuine, compelling offer that could kill what was currently the market-leading display in handhelds, genuinely compete to be this wants to take your money and it's very hard to avoid it.
Yes.
To, I don't know anyone that's going to buy it. It's that much of a seesaw.
Yeah, and I've seen so much discourse online. Facebook and Reddit is just full of WTF. Why?
What room are these decisions made in? That's the thing. I'd love to go to ASUS head office and go who made this decision, right?
Yeah.
Have they ever been outside of this room? Because it makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense. I totally understand if it was here's the Xbox X20 and the bundle.
Yes.
At the same time. So for those ballers that have got that extra cash and want that, then that's cool.
Totally agree.
But here's one and the other. And they've very specifically said bundle, 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 and every bit of marketing, everything. So this is going to be, initially at least, a bundle only.
Well, and this is where you really have to I don't know, put your shitting pants on, because those glasses on their own, the non-anniversary edition, are £750 or $850 on their own.
Why?
Right? So $850.
Oh.
The Xbox Ally X non-OLED is $1,000.
Yeah, so we're at $1,850 just for that.
Now stick an OLED in it and micro SD express and improved cooling.
Redesigned PCB, redesigned chassis to fit it all in. TMR joysticks.
It is comfortably over $2,000 this bundle.
Absolutely over. Yeah, there's no way it's because people are we even thought, up to 2,000.
Yeah.
And then when I started looking at how much these glasses are on their own for non-ROG branded, $850. We're over $2,000 now.
No, absolutely
over 2,000. I'm thinking 2,000 to 2,500.
And maybe I move in the wrong circles, but I don't personally know, or even anecdotally know, a single person that's going to justify that expense.
No.
I think these will sell in their hundreds worldwide, not even in their thousands. I think it's going to be that small, and maybe they know that. That's why it's an anniversary edition.
But why not straight away come out and say this is limited to 1,000 pieces worldwide, and alongside that, here's the non-transparent standard Xbox Ally X OLED.
Hey, even if they didn't say that last bit, if they said it's limited to 1,000 pieces, I reckon they'd sell all 1,000.
Yes, they would. Yeah.
Because there are ballers that love collecting stuff.
Yes.
Even if they said it's limited to 5,000, I think they'd probably sell most of them.
Yes.
That might even be a push. It's that niche. My hand on heart, I honestly believe that this isn't the last we see of the Xbox Ally X20.
Yes.
Or whatever the OLED variant will be called. I'm expecting there to be, come kind of Gamescom time towards like the start of autumn, I'm expecting there to be a more general release of an OLED version of the...
They have to, otherwise there's just... Why go into all this R&D
exactly
to make something so new and exciting to just sell a very limited number of them?
Yeah, and they have a general release every year, and they've kept that pattern the whole time. There's no reason why they would go through all this effort, all this product sourcing, the supply chain, all the rest of it,
yes,
just to have an anniversary edition and not back it up with sales. Because, I mean, we give a lot of flack to the Legion Go 2 and Lenovo over the past few months and their madness of pricing.
Yeah.
The RRP currently on the Go 2 is $1,800.
Yeah, in the UK.
It's like
$2,000 or whatever.
Yeah, so but I think the American pricing for the top end one is closing on $3,000.
Yep. Yeah, and it's the top end one in the UK is like $2,500 or something.
Yeah, so you can pick up the Legion Go 2 for it's the MSRP is $1,800. You can pick it up for about $1,600. But there's some retailers in the UK that still sell it at $1,300. Its original $1,300 price, or its original increase.
Yeah, the original first increase price, of $1,300. So right now in the UK, Argos has it in stock. I tried to buy one just to make sure. I went on there and had to cart. I can collect it from my local Argos for $12.99. So, yeah,
I mean that's a. In this landscape, that's a really good deal.
Yes, really. Yeah, for right now, it's really good.
I want to do a whole piece on this top end on like what people should buy. So I'm not going to dig into that too much, but it does tell you there's stiff competition. MSI are still very keenly priced. They haven't increased their prices.
Yeah,
and their new device, which is incredibly appealing, will sit cheaper than this.
Yes. Yeah.
So begs the question, who's going to buy it?
Who's this for? Yeah.
Who's it for?
Yeah. And when are you going to announce the standard model without the gold plaque on the back that says 20th anniversary?
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? Like, when's just the retail model of this? Because that's what they should have done that first or alongside. And I hope you're right, AJ, that come Gamescom, they then announce and unveil the normal one that maybe isn't translucent, it's just black again or something, because if they get the pricing right with that, they could kill the Legion Go 2, and it could be the best Z2 Extreme handheld with the best screen. Do you know what I mean? It could be the best offering in terms of AMD land for the price point, but I don't know. I just find it very, very weird that they are forcing you to buy them with glasses.
If I was just going to play fantasy, like if they released like a general model and it was $1,500 off the top of my head, same Z2E AI, but with the OLED, when you consider that the Steam Deck OLED is $1,000, like, and then your next option for an OLED is like $2,500 to $3,000 in the handheld space, then it's like it's the most compelling offering. It's the best performance. It's the best OLED offer on the market.
Yes, yeah.
And there's a huge amount of us that just want to play just OLED.
Yes.
That's why the Steam Deck was held onto so long, and why the Legion Go 2 actually sold any units at all.
Yeah, it's because all the Steam Deck people moved to Legion Go 2 because it was the next best screen. Yeah.
So they could sit at what would be now like the kind of mid price point, which seems insane to say.
Yes.
But they could sit there and absolutely dominate that space.
Yeah.
But absolute open goal. They set everything up perfectly for it, and then just, I don't want to make any more football analogies, but absolutely smashed it over the bar.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell, man? My disappointment can't be expressed enough at how much the thing that it's only a bundle has popped my balloon.
Me too, yeah. Because like I said earlier, before we got onto the bad stuff, like if they just stop there, this is it. It's going to be releasing for $1,400 or something like that, which is still crazy money. But in this landscape currently, it would just be, everyone would be screaming hallelujah. Do you know what I mean? It would be like, yes, this is perfect. finally OLED, blah, blah, blah. But just to bundle it with the most expensive glasses ever, I just don't understand it. I truly do not understand it. Yeah, and I really think if this is sat as a bundle to try and sell them for like 6 months before they push a new one.
Do you know what would be a better bundle? Like, I don't work for ASUS and their marketing department, but here's a bundle for the 20th anniversary. Get rid of the glasses.
Yes.
Have this device, have a 20th anniversary Bulwark dock.
I was just about to say that, right? The dock. Yeah.
A screen protector, a case, all of the accessories that you have for this, put it together, because they're very keen to stress that the Allies are more than just a handheld console, and that they can be used for these multi-purposes. And they can.
Yeah.
The XR glasses actually suggest the opposite.
Yes.
So again, it gives a really mixed message.
And this is still the Xbox one. We can't forget that. This is still Xbox branded, and it's going to be over $2,000.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense. Like you said, it should have come with a dock. Here's the Xbox Ally OLED. You can play it on the go. Yeah, exactly. Play it on the go in the best screen possible. And here's a dock so that you can play it as an Xbox. Not here's the most expensive glasses, which are so niche, like not very many people have them because they're so expensive. Yeah. Like, let's pair it with this new device with the best screen that you're not going to be looking at anymore because you're wearing a pair of glasses. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it literally zero sense.
It does put it into the corner of, this isn't like a console that's also like a laptop replacement almost. This is definitely just a console and just a handheld thing because you've got these glasses. Like, mixed messaging, confusing. We can all only hope that it's just an anniversary thing. They do actually bring out a proper one, but
they must do.
We can only react to what's in front of us, and what's in front of us is this anniversary thing.
So I'm both extremely excited by it, but extremely disappointed by it.
Yeah, I'm with you, and I think everyone else is. But I want to know what you guys think. Are you with us? Are you extremely excited for an OLED but disappointed that it's bundled? Or are you one of the ballers that's probably going to get the bundle? I'd actually genuinely love to know that.
Yes.
And once you're down in the comments, make sure you like this video. Yes. Subscribe for more handheld gaming content. We've got more coming pretty much every day at the moment. It seems that crazy.
There's so much stuff.
What else should they do, Andy?
Become a member and you get to chat to us on our private Discord as well.
Yeah, nice. Right, so until the next time.
See you next time.